Well, when it comes to your overall health, your smile plays a much more important role than you might imagine.
That's right. There's a critical link between oral and overall health. And our next guest called this the mouth-body connection.
Oh, wow.
Makes perfect sense.
Sure.
Joining us are dentists Christopher Tolmie and Zulema Valdivia.
Thank you both for being here on the show today.
Thank you.
Thank you
Absolutely.
for having us.
Look, Dr. Tolmie, let's talk about the basics, the 101 basics of healthcare and dental health. But before you do it, I had a dentist tell me something I thought was the greatest thing I've ever heard. He said, make sure you floss the teeth you want to keep.
Perfect advice. So we learn at a very young age you want to floss and brush twice per day. But we need to start expanding our perspective beyond just the mouth to the entire body, because the mouth is a window to the rest of the body from head to toe. So 3 things to really remember. You want to start with your home habits, make sure they're on point, and always assess how you're doing. Do you see bleeding when you spit out into the sink? And number 3, always visit your dentist at least twice per year to get that oral exam, visiting your hygienist, because the overall health of your body is dependent on the mouth. That's the gateway to the rest of the body, and it's essential to be prioritizing that on a daily and weekly basis.
So true. Dr. Valdivia, you are a periodontist, and you're also part of the Smile Generation team. Just for the 411 here, what is the difference between a dentist and a periodontist?
So dentists are basically they take care of everything, right? So when you go to visit your dentist, correct, they will do your general exam and make sure that everything is good, and if not, then they will take care of you.
They do the x-rays.
Exactly. Do your cleaning. So when the patient does have a disease, right, like a chronic inflammatory disease called periodontitis, that's when the patient is referred to the periodontist. That's who I am. So basically what I do is I treat only the gum and the bone of the patient to make sure that we can keep those teeth in place.
So you kind of do the root canal thing?
No.
Not even that?
That's the dentist, okay.
She does all that scraping stuff.
That's the endodontist. Yes.
Well, Dr. Tolmie, can you further explain this whole thing about mouth-body connection?
So as we all know, the mouth is connected to the rest of the body. And more research is coming out showing that there's a direct link between the quality of our mouth health and our overall health, specifically linking Alzheimer's disease, cardiovascular disease, maternal health, erectile dysfunction for men, all of these chronic later stage diseases that can be influenced by the quality of health in our mouth.
Wow.
And heart disease or stroke as well, right?
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
serious stuff here.
So now, do both of you handle that mouth-body connection?
It's continual education for the patient, all throughout the office, with the dental assistants, the front desk team, the general dentist, and the specialist. We're all using the same verbiage so the patient is getting a consistent message so they can understand the importance of oral health to overall health.
So you both are part of the Smile Generation Trusted Office. What does that mean, doctor?
So basically what it means is that in one place, you're gonna have a comprehensive treatment as a patient, right? So you're gonna be seen by the general dentist, and then you're gonna be referred to whatever areas you need to. So we all work together in order to provide that type of care for our patients, the mouth-body connection, right? So if the patient needs further care in a more specialized unit, that's when we come in. You're gonna have all the specialists in-house, basically the endodontist, the root canal treatment specialist, the oral surgeon, and periodontist as me to treat the gum health, right? Because that's what we're talking about today, is all that chronic inflammatory disease that we want to take care of.
Okay.
So it's dependent on this constant communication back and forth in person.
Yeah.
We're not sending our patients out to go somewhere else on their own, trying to figure out how they can get their specialty care.
Love that.
It's comprehensive care all under one roof with trusted specialists, trusted office teams, so there's familiar faces, making the patient feel comfortable.
That's so convenient. I like that, all under one roof.
And we emphasize technology. One of the ways we do that is with these saliva diagnostic tests. So this allows the patient, it sounds scary, but it's actually not very intimidating, and it's painless. That's the other thing. So one of the few painless things at the dental office, yes. So it's a saliva test, and can you give a little explanation as to what it allows us to know?
Yeah, so it basically helps the patient to understand the link between the mouth and the rest of the body. So it's gonna show all the type of bacteria that can create and helps with the periodontal disease. And the results will come back, and the patient is gonna be able to read it as if you were going to your physician. They do your labs, it's the same thing. You're gonna have the results and then the recommendation for treatment.
That's fantastic.
So we get everything back electronically, and another way that we're spearheading this is by combining the dental record with the medical record. So it allows any of the primary care physicians or doctors in the hospital to see the patient's oral health, and vice versa. We can see the patient's entire medical history by using Epic as our medical record system.
And that's beautiful because sometimes the patients, they don't understand how critical it is, what's happening in the rest of the body and how that will affect, when we're doing treatment on them. For example, for me as a surgeon, like it is very important to see how they're gonna be healing. So having those records in-house is amazing.
I think a lot of people aren't aware that, in an industry like yours, giving back is also something that's really important to both of you, right?
Yes.
Of course, 100%.
Explain that.
Yeah, so we believe giving back is a way to create access. We create access locally by partnering with Smile Generation to offer Smile Generation Serve Day. So it happens across the nation in August. Over the many years that it's been happening, it's been $57 million in donated dentistry.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And then also we go beyond just the mouth by creating safe play spaces with Kaboom, and also partnering with Special Olympics. And then on a global level, through the Guatemala trips.
Yeah, so there's
You
also
go to
a clinic.
Guatemala and places like that?
Yes, Dr. Tommy went last year. He had an amazing experience. We're going to be going next year, the Perio group. So the entire Perio team in South Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas, we're going to go all together to serve over there.
Oh my gosh, and we're seeing such beautiful pictures. What a difference you make. Tell me what you do there.
So basically what we do is to help the people that they can afford, can travel far, to like get access to dental care. But over there, we try to utilize our time and to serve these people and get them healthier and happier.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing that. I was reading here that you are in 24 states.
Yes.
And you've been around now for 2 decades. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts, doctor?
So go to smilegeneration.com. That's where patients can get more education on mouth-body connection, understanding how their mouth health is connected to their overall health. They can also find a trusted office, trusted providers, and also look at any financial options to make sure that they can afford the treatment that they need.
And you have a booklet also for our...
We do, 32 Reasons Why. It's a lot of the research behind mouth-body connection so the patients can understand in very simple, clear terms how their mouth impacts the rest of their body.
Great stuff.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes,
Great
and
information.
once again, what's the website for our viewers?
Smilegeneration.com.
Smilegeneration.com.
Sure.
Let me see your smile. I love his smile. Thank you both, and thank you for what you do.
And of course, you can always go to our website, thebalancing act.com, if you want more. We'll be back right after this.